Welcome to the PrairieLand Advantage video series. Our topic is about all STS combines and how the crop flows through them. Our topic for this video is the residue disposal system. Now, not very long ago, residue disposal was not an important deal because we plowed and our goal was just to get it out of the combine. But with today's new advanced farming practices, residue disposal has become very important, and Deere has met the options to help you accomplish your objectives. Shown here is our index of our topics today, and you're welcome to run ahead if you only need to know about the premium residue system. Let's get started. My name's Drew Lowry, and I get to talk about the residue management options. Now, this is a 2020 chart here, but this would apply pretty much all the way back to the last 10 to 15 years with some word changes. But let's get the concepts down here. The top half of the box here is talking about our two different spreading choices. What that means is we will spread the crop, and the crop would be straw and chaff, and we would not size it. Now, if that fits your farming practice, that is a good thing because then you don't have to use the horsepower and the fuel to size it. But if your residue needs sizing, you need to look at the bottom, the yellow area. So starting with the deluxe option that has the chopper with the manual vane spreading device up to 30 feet. If you add the power cast to it, you're up to 45 feet. And the premium residue disposal option with the advanced power cast is going to do 45 feet also, but it's got other features we'll talk about in just a second. So let's get started with our spreading only systems. Shown here on a 50 series, this is ready to spread chaff and straw up to 30 feet. So if that fits your needs, that is the option. Now, if you want to bale, you can either pull these lynch pins and take the spinners off or raise it up as shown here. Either way works, and that gets us a 30-foot spread. All right, if 30 feet does not cover our spread pattern, we can then go to the widespread option. What that is it is adding different type spinners and two adjustable vanes here shown in yellow on the right and green on the left. And that gets us up to a 40 feet spread width. But that is not sizing the residue. So if you need to size the residue, we need to move on in our chart to the chopping area. So the chopping area can size the residue. We don't have to. You can see right here our knife bank adjustment. We do not have to size the residue in certain crops. In fact, in corn, we wouldn't want to do that. But what we do is this becomes a propelling device, and it then will send the chaff out of the chaffer through these mechanical vanes, and that will then disperse it around 30 feet. So you can size the residue or not size the residue with the chopping system with this chaff spreader. Now let's see where the crop comes from to get there. So out of the rotor cage via the discharge beater comes the straw or cobs into a deflector plate and down into the rotating chopper itself. Now, the stuff coming off of the chaffer we call chaff, and I would also say that small material other than grain, it joins it and is propelled rearward out the back of the straw chopper system. And as we discussed on the last slide, we can chop it or not. Now let's look at this straw chopper video, and it's going to show us the job of spread of this chopper.
The fine-cut straw chopper provides proper sizing of residue material for the entire platform cut width. The chopper blades feature larger surface wings with wear-resistant material for an extremely fine cut and longer wear life. Wings are positioned higher on the blade for greater airflow and improved residue flow through the chopper. Scooped blades pass under the integrated air shrouds, sending a strong blast of air to the outer ends of the straw chopper for a more even distribution of material out of the chopper.
So as we look at that video there, there's a pretty healthy right to left wind. And so if that was a neutral wind or a not windy day, we would probably get that 30 feet of spread width pretty handily. Let's now talk about how to gain more spread width with that same system. We would call that the PowerCast tailboard. And what that looks like is in the red box there. Let's look at it from the back. Basically, we have hydraulic motors driven by a hydraulic pump from the spreader drive system. That gives us 45 feet of spreading width. And so that's really attractive on our wider headers. So the PowerCast tailboard is a popular option around here. Now, in the adjustment video that we would like you to listen to, we'll also explain some ways to make this work even better than shown here in the video. So you can see that was a windy Kansas day, and it was blowing from right to left, and we were still spreading it at least 40 feet there in that video. Now, the premium residue is kind of a chopper that's on its own. It is going to have different ways of doing the same thing, but it has adjustments and things we can't do with any of the others, like changing from chop to drop or spreading it on the go. Let's talk about this premium residue system. Now, if you look at it, the crop is coming either down the straw chute here into a windrow or falling into a chopper and being sized and then spread around. So that is reason this is the premium option residue package is we can chop and spread straw and chaff up to 45 feet. We can put them together, size them, and then spread them. We can then windrow the straw but spread the chaff. So if your cattle don't like chaff in their straw, you can spread that around and only a little bit gets in the straw, or you can dump it in the windrow together, which isn't shown here. So this is the chaff spreading mode and straw pile making mode shown there. So let's watch this video that shows this premium residue option with a advanced PowerCast tailboard. All right, if you did your metric conversion right there, you notice that it said this was a 9 meter spread, and you think, wait a minute, that isn't 45 feet. Well, that's its minimum spread width. And so I looked that up, and so this is certified to spread the straw or chaff 45 feet or dump it all in a pile like this. Well, thank you for joining us. We at PrairieLand are always wanting to look for ways to deliver you the right solutions, and we think these videos are one way to do that.